your girl Mikala Lyne, and if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we're on the road to 500. And in today's video, as y'all can see, I got my wonderful boyfriend.
What's up?
Because we're doing a couples Q&A. I did ask on my Instagram if y'all can send me some questions. So I got a few questions, and then I have some more questions that we discussed that we're gonna ask.
I'm sorry, y'all. She can't talk, so I might be asking the questions because she's mush mouth. So let's get into it.
All right. So the first question is, what are y'all views on marriage and how do y'all handle long distance relationship?
You can go ahead.
Okay, so when it comes to marriage, I feel like we both have the same view because first off, we both was raised in a 2-parent household, and that really play a huge part in marriage and how we look at it because our goal is to get married. So that's just like our main thing. We talk about marriage almost like every day. So that's something that's going to take place. Yeah, we get married. So I'm just wondering pop the question.
My views on marriage. I have an old school way of thinking on marriage. It's not like just jumping into it or nothing. You have to take your time to make sure that that person is the right person for you, but also making sure that God is involved in it. I think that that's the biggest thing that we've come to learn is that if God is not in the midst of it, then it's not going to lead you in the direction you want to go. So as much as I would be like, I would want to marry this girl today, I'm just taking my time and just waiting on God. Don't even sit up there. All right.
There I go.
Was it a 2-part question?
Yeah. So the next question of that part, how do y'all handle long distance? This is like the main question that we got because if you know us, we've been doing long distance, I would say since the end of May of last year.
Yeah.
So really the pandemic made the long distance come quicker than we thought.
It wasn't even just the pandemic. It was just that I graduated school too. Because
graduate.
You already know.
You
But I think that's what also came into effect is because like when I was down here I was at school, so it wasn't an issue. But with me graduating I went back home. So I mean, even if it was Corona or wasn't Corona, I was still going to have to go back to Colorado. So
yeah, but the main thing, how we handle long distance, our main thing, the top thing is communication. Like we make sure that we communicate with each other. That's like top tier because if you don't have communication, all the other stuff below that is not going to really happen. Because with communication, it's not you just, oh, let me check in with my partner, just to check in as if they running me or, as if they're my parent. No, you just like, what's the word? You just,
find it, Jesus. I don't know. Like she's saying, it's not sort of like, it's not a check-in type thing. It's just the accountability of each other. It's just a different dynamic when you're apart from each other. It really is because you're just like, you have to talk more. So it's more of a verbal relationship than a physical relationship, which I think builds you closer just because you're talking all the time. And you have to talk. It's not like, okay, I'm getting off work and I'm coming to see her. All right, we talk. We're in each other's presence and everything, and that's it. But it's just like, okay, in the morning we on the phone. On lunch breaks, if we can, we on the phone. When I'm getting off work, we on the phone. Before I go to sleep, we on the phone. We on the phone 24/7. So, and it's not to be like, oh, like we're just being corny and nothing. It's like that's where we're at right now in this relationship because we can't physically be around each other. So
yeah,
it's different, but like she said, you just gotta, that communication is the biggest thing. You gotta just be open and talk about everything.
Yeah, and then like when we first got together, we not gonna lie, like our communication wasn't right, like perfect, but but we had to come to a solution stance of saying, okay, so how are we gonna make this work? We can't just sit here and just let anything happen. We have to communicate with one another. So like, since he's so far away, what you like 16 hours if you're driving? So in 2 hours if you're flying. If I sit here and get upset, I just can't go to bed. I have to learn it the hard way. I just can't go to bed, because what that's going to do with our relationship, I don't see him every day, even though we may talk every day, but me not seeing him, that's just, I mean, communication play a big role. And then another thing is having trust and being honest with your partner. Like, of course, even if you're not doing a long distance relationship, that's still supposed to play a part, but with long distance relationship, you must trust one another. You must be honest with one another, because if you're not honest, a whole bunch of stuff is going through your head, and that distance is making it even worse. Yeah. So, yeah.
And even if it's like, it's times that you don't feel like talking, you gotta talk. It may be times where you're just like, I don't feel like telling her today, but you gotta tell her. Like, you gotta just talk, or you gotta talk to him, whatever it is. You gotta talk to that person, because just keeping an open line of communication is going to have a big impact on your relationship, especially if you're doing long distance. This applies to every relationship, not just long distance, but it is a bigger effect in long distance relationships.
Yeah. You got anything else? Because that was the main question.
No, I know, because that was a lot of people's questions.
Yeah. I hope we answered your question.
I mean, if I have anything else, I'll add it in there, but no, okay. That's it.
Okay, so next.
Oh, yeah, I did forget.
What?
Keeping God first.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, God.
That's the main thing. But, that's number one.
Keeping God first in your relationship will be, and this is not even just for long distance, it's for relationships in general.
Yes. Keep
God in your relationship, because trust me, this ain't no perfect relationship. Nobody's gonna ever have a perfect relationship. But when you keep God in the midst of it, it's like whatever you're going through, he's going through it with you. So if you have him going through whatever you're going through, it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tough, it's gonna be some nights that you just like, I don't feel like talking to this person. But I have a lot of them nights. But if you just keep God first and make sure, hey, we're not going to bed. We may be mad, but we're not going to bed without praying. We're not going to bed without just talking about God and everything. It changes the whole dynamic of your relationship. It really does.
Yeah, and one thing that we're going to move on to the next question, but we're going to tell this. One thing that we've been doing ever since, I would say, the beginning of the year, well, even before the beginning of the year, when we first got together, one thing he brought to our relationship was praying every night, praying with each other every night, and we'll take turns. At first, it was kind of rocky, because I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous. I don't know why, because I'm not nervous about my Savior, but I was pretty nervous because like I wasn't used to praying with someone. So that was something that I had to, get used to. But now, ever since the beginning of the year, we've been praying with one another, taking turns. We pray at night, and then we also implemented doing like reading the Bible every day. So we'll have a verse that we'll share with one another, and we'll like read it, expound on it when it comes to the evening time, and that even turns into like a Bible study. So that's something that helps us, stay connected to God as well as stay connected to each other. So,
boom.
Period. Next question, y'all. That's my dog. I'm sorry. Next question: how did y'all meet? We get that all the time. Go ahead. He can tell this.
Yeah, y'all gonna. I'll give y'all the short version, because I'm not gonna give y'all the long version. But basically, I was in the basement at the time at home back in Colorado, and I don't know how we became friends on Facebook at all. And I was shooting pool. I still got that video on my phone. I was shooting pool, and I was just like, something was like, I was scrolling through Facebook, and I seen she had shared, I want to say it was a Karen Clark video or something dealing with Koji. And I was like, let me see who this is. And so I was swiping, and I seen who it was, and I was like, I don't know her, but I'm gonna shoot my shot and see what happens. So I was sitting there, and before I said, God, I said, she really pretty. like she really pretty. And so I just sent the message, and I was literally shooting pool. And once that phone, like, the sound went off, and she responded fast, too. That's because she liked me.
No, hold on.
That's because she liked me.
On Facebook, I'm sorry, my dog is going crazy. But on Facebook, my Facebook Messenger, if you ever, like, a female or whatever, if you ever try to DM me, like, you would know my Facebook Messenger do not work. It did not work at the time, because I will always try to log in on my phone and try to respond to a message, but it would never like as soon as I try to like text back, it'll close me out. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm not even about to, try to text anybody off of Facebook. So that day, I don't know. I guess it was the good Lord. The good Lord.
Right. I told y'all, if she's never on her messenger, and out of all the days that happens, yeah.
Because how long did it take me to text back?
Literally, she texted back like within 5 minutes. I'm not even joking.
That's crazy.
Like she texted back within 5 minutes, and I was shooting pool, listening to music and everything. And when I heard it, I just put down the pool stick and I said, "Oh my god!" I was not expecting her to text back as fast, and I was just like, "Bruh, okay, now I gotta really try and shoot some game." But that's a whole nother story, because let's not get into that. We're not gonna get into that. This one right here, she was with it in the beginning.
At first I wasn't into him because
it was. I won't say that. I'll say it was more so. She was in a totally different place.
I was saying she was in a totally different place.
Yeah, she tried to give me that whole. She tried to really friend me, to be honest, because she was just like, "Yeah, I'm not really looking for anything right now, and probably not in the future or anything." And I said, "You know what? I got this. I'm not going nowhere." And she said that, but I kept on messaging her. In the beginning, it was kind of like all we was talking about was church, some basic stuff. And then I was like, you know what? What did I say? It was a long message that I sent.
I got it. Hold on.
I had sent something. It was a question I asked, I think. And it was just like a conversation starter where it's just like it expanded to so much more. It really did. You're not going to find it.
I have it in my phone.
That's all the way back.
Go ahead and keep talking.
But yeah, it was I can't remember what I talked about or what question I asked. That's when I knew I had her. So we all good.
Yeah, but I didn't give him my phone number until
she gave me everything else but her phone number. She gave me
Snapchat.
No, at first the first one was in Facebook Messenger.
I had to make sure he wasn't catfishing.
And then the second one was Snapchat, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, second one was Snapchat, and then she gave me her Instagram, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, why is she giving me all her social and everything, but not her number? I'm like, this don't make no like we messaging every day. Like, it wasn't like, it wasn't like to the point of what it is now, but we was messaging every day. I'm like, this don't make no sense. Just go ahead and give me your number. When did you give me your number?
I don't even know. I know it was after Instagram, because Instagram was our last place. Because on Instagram, that's when I really started to get to know him, because we was talking about everything. And I was like, okay, this guy, I can connect to him, because it's like our families it's like we was raised the same way. Everything was falling into place, because
it was just a whole lot that was falling into place.
Because the thing is, I prayed to God before he even sent that message. I was like, God, like, you know my past, you know what I've been through. If you see I'm not ready to date right now, let me know. But if it's somebody that you have out there for me and you want me to date, bring them my way. And
what did God do?
I'm not lying, y'all. A month later.
What did God do?
Because I made not a list, but I told God, like, you know what I need in my life. Like, you know what I'm dealing with. You know the things that I'm trying to do. And he brought
God was
Next question is, where did you guys have your first date? I'm gonna let you answer this to see if you remember.
If I remember, I told you I got short-term memory loss. But let me see. Our first date was at Jupiter's Pizza and Waffles.
And then when we went to the movies after.
And then we went to the movies because we went to go see was it that shark movie?
47 Meters Down.
Yeah, 47 Meters Down, which she was covering her eyes. It was so childish.
I'm scared.
It's a shark. But yeah, we went to Jupiter's, and let me tell you.
He was staring at me the whole time.
Man, I was mugging her up and down. Like, when I seen her, well, I picked you up.
No, I drove.
Yeah, we met each other up there. And when I seen her, I was just like, I was like, Jesus Christ. Like, she was fine on Facebook and Instagram and all that, but I was just like, I hope that this girl is not no catfish, because I said, I don't want to have to be mean and be like, I gotta go. But once she got out, I was like, bro, like, like, she was fine. And I was just like, yeah, this is, like, the whole time we were sitting there. Oh my gosh. She corrects me every time when I just say stuff and it don't be don't stare at me like that. And it comes out like that, but I still am. You still the finest. Okay. But yeah, she's fine. I was just sitting there. We sitting there waiting on food. I'm just like this.
And I'm trying to look at, okay, we were sitting like this, like that. Well, not like this, but like face to face. And I was trying to, not be weird and like look at him. But I was like trying to look around, and then I was like, okay, he's still looking at me. Why is he looking at me? And then I tried to look at the TV because it was like right there. And I was like, it's right above him, so I can see you looking at me.
She like this, and I'm just like this.
Like, I mean, like, he just sitting there
like,
staring.
And I was like, I don't even care if I come off like weird. But I was just like ooh. Good girl, fine. And then, so that wasn't even like the original plan though. Like, the original plan was to get food and then, all right, we ain't got another time. But I was just like, I'm not letting this girl, like, that's not it. I need more time. So I was like, you want to go see a movie?
Yeah, you did ask that. Because I was like, excuse me, I was like, I don't know, it's just something different. Of course, I was smiling the whole day, blushing or whatever. Like, at first, I was still, trying to feel him out, trying to get to know him. Like, okay, do I want to, keep going with this or, go my own separate way? Because at first I was like, this ain't going nowhere because he don't live here and he just down here for college. But you see us now, we're going on 2 years and not open. But anyways, once he said, you want to, go to the movies? And I was like, yeah, cool. I didn't want to just, just leave.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? What? If I would have just been like, all right, I feel like if that would have just been it and we just ate, we wouldn't be where we at.
Probably so.
Because you probably would have been like, oh, that's it. Like, it maybe like, cool. Right, it maybe would have been like a couple more texts or whatever, but I feel like you wouldn't have been like, oh, like, we just went out to eat. That was it. Like, okay. Because,
like, we didn't get to, of course, like, we was talking while we was eating or whatever, but if it's a lot of more people in there, it's loud, you can't really, engage in the conversation. But when we got to the movies, of course, we was talking to them.
Yeah, we were there early to where it was like we sat down because I know a lot of people like you don't go to the movies to talk, like you go, but we were there during all the ads and everything, and so we had time to talk. We had time to just sit there and
even afterwards we was talking outside.
We stood outside for a minute.
We did. Cause it was pretty outside.
Yep.
So we just sitting out there talking.
Plus, I wasn't ready to make that drive back to TV.
And I wasn't even ready to go, but I didn't want to tell him that, cause like females, we don't come off like we want them like we just
She really wanted a hug from me too. She was like, okay.
Cause even like mind y'all, he didn't ask me. I don't even know if that's a question.
You don't what?
No, nobody asked. When did we become like boyfriend and girlfriend? But even while we was talking or whatever, well, getting to know each other. Not one time did we hug?
Hmm?
We hugged, yeah.
We hugged on the first date after the movies.
It was like
when I opened.
Friend hug. It was a friend hug.
Don't play with me. It wasn't no friend hug. It wasn't no side hug. You gonna play me? Get off of me.
No,
it wasn't no
friend hug. Jupiter's.
No, we didn't hug. We didn't hug at Jupiter's. Like, when I first seen you, yeah. No. She didn't tell y'all. Tell them how you was acting when you first seen me when in the parking garage.
What?
She got out of the car so nervous. Like, she opened the car, like, her head down and everything. And then she looked up and she was like...
Then I said, Vincent! That's when I said that.
Well, I don't even use that name no more.
Yeah, he told me not to say it. But next time somebody said, when's the wedding? I don't know.
I don't know wedding in particular, but I know when I'm gonna propose to her. Well, I gotta talk to her dad. But I have an idea. I know where I want to do it. I know what time I want to do it. I know how I'm gonna do it. It's just a matter of when. So, and she tries to ask me all the time, "Where are you doing it? What do you?" So I give her a hint. She only get one hint every month.
I haven't got one this month, so I'm waiting to ask. I did. No, I think that was January 30th.
Oh, it was. So you get another one, but it'd be like mid-month. But I give her a hint each month. Nothing where it's like really like she can guess anything.
Last month he said inside. That's my hint. So
I gotta change that. It's not inside. Some of the stuff, I'm not gonna lie, some of the stuff I tell her is just kind of like to throw her off. Like that one was meant to throw her off. Oh, it's gonna be inside. It's not inside. Or is it? I guess y'all find out.
Because the video will be posted.
It will. It definitely will.
So, I mean, like, give me a time frame.
A time frame, see? Yeah. There she go being nosy. I'd probably say in the next couple of years.
Oh! Couple years. That's nothing.
Couple is 2.
Oh, okay.
What did you think a couple was?
But the thing is,
this
when
is
he
a couple?
say, oh yeah, when he tell me that, because last year when I asked, he said, oh, like 2 or 3 years. But like when he say that, I feel like it's either going to be right at 2 or 3 years or before that. So I don't know which one to believe. I really don't.
Like I said, it's just...
But I'm going to stop asking though, because I want to be surprised. I want to,
She's not going to stop asking. She says this all the time. She never stops asking. It's every month this girl asks. So, do you want to marry me still? When you going to marry me? What?
Ladies, you got to just make sure, you're not wasting your time.
That too. And for the guys, don't waste their time. Like, if you know you don't want to be with them, I mean, just don't be with them. I'm for real. Like, even if it makes you come off like the meanest person in the world, let them know, hey, I know this ain't going nowhere. I know that this is not what I want. Let them know. It's better to be hurt in the beginning and to be like, just rip the Band-Aid off, then you get deep. Trust me, we all done been there. We all done did that. You waste your time and you waste that other person's time, and it's not happy for either other party. So I'm gonna marry you, baby. I'm gonna marry you.